Hey, your boy Mr. XP here, back with another vid here on the channel. We're back again with a new bonus vid on the channel. I am super excited that we just got the news from Microsoft on June. What? I got check. I did everything right, and I missed one thing. June 8th. I couldn't think of the date. June 8th showcase event for Microsoft for the Xbox showcase event. They announced all the new games and everything that was coming to Xbox in the near future. But I was super excited. I couldn't believe that they had just announced a new gaming system that's part of Xbox family, that's partnered with Asus PC game company that makes like a Asus portable game system for PC games, so you can play your PC games on the go, whatever. And it's kind of crazy that we live now in a generation where we have PC games we could take on the go with us with a portable game system. It's mind blowing. But Microsoft teamed up with Asus to work on this new portable game system called the Xbox ROG Ally X and the regular one. So you have the Xbox Ally ROG X, and then you have the regular one, the ROG Ally, the regular one. But here in the vid today, we're gonna go ahead and cover the games and the system. But I'm gonna go ahead and cover the games first because the games are really exciting. Or really, I should actually cover the ROG Ally really better before the games, because the games throughout the vid is gonna be really explained. But I want to go ahead and kind of cut two things in one position a certain way. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and showcase the ROG Ally. Then I'm going to talk over the other game trailers because I don't want to add too much, and I can't really edit the trailers because I don't want to get in trouble for copyright. The game list is kind of short. I actually didn't write the game list this time. That's how you know it's this short, because last year when I did it, I covered every single game in the game showcase event. But for this time, I'm going to only cover the games that I liked and I cared about. And especially there's 3 games that I was not expecting to be talked about. Or whatnot. Well, really, it's 2 of them. But there's other games that I had been waiting for that just got announced a couple months ago. So right now, let's go over the ROG Ally first. This is the ROG Ally X. This is the black one. I hate that they didn't make a white version of it. So the ROG Ally X, the black one, is 24 gigabyte RAM. It's 1 terabyte. But for this one, you have more computing power for it because they take in the same components that they have in the regular one, and they put it in this one. But for this one to be powered by Xbox, it's gonna have a whole Xbox, UI and everything for like PC, the Windows 11 PC version of the Xbox PC version. And to have Xbox Game Pass, it will support Project X Cloud. You can play your games a certain way. For this, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, they wanted to make this Xbox game system powered directly for games only, because the ROG Ally really has the whole component system thing for PC games. So this one, they want you to have the full Xbox experience and the full screen understanding of playing games that you own on the go with the ROG Ally. You're able to experience them in full screen and dedicate gaming experience inspired by optimized specifically for portable handheld gaming for like on the go with the Switch and other game systems that you can take on the go. The game bar is the new icon that's right here that they added, and this also design was actually part of a leak a couple months ago, and Microsoft didn't confirm or deny the leaks if the leaks did look like this. So basically, the person that leaked the ROG Ally a couple months ago, they basically had got the design right because it was a mock-up version, but with the icon here scratched out on the system thing. So on the faceplate, because they had like different faceplate type designs in the lab, and they designed it a certain way in a format that really kind of give you the gist of what it would be like, but nobody would expect it to actually be like this from the leaks. So the game bar is essential, but it's going to be just like regular, like a game system, a portable game system that would showcase the Xbox dashboard, but not in a full way. It's like I said, it's going to showcase the PC version of the Xbox dashboard that you would see on the Windows 11 version, not the Xbox Series X version. As you guys could see, if I show you guys my Xbox Series X, you guys will be able to see the comparison to the both dashboards. A generated library is basically going to support games wherever you go from your Xbox and other PC games storefronts, like Epic Game Store, Steam Store, where you buy your PC games. So like I said, it's going to support Xbox, Project X Cloud, and PC games, because like I said, it's gonna if you own certain games you bought on Xbox Live Download, you will be able to play them on here if it's part of Project X Cloud. Or if you bought the PC, the Windows 11 version, you should be able to play your PC games, like I said, on the go with all your games you already own through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and stuff like that. Your save file will be with you wherever you go based on Project X Cloud. So all your save files, your DLC add-ons you paid for, all your Xbox achievements, and all your games that, like I said, you own will be with you on the go. And you get instant access, like I said, to Xbox Game Pass library if you pay that every 3 months for $59.99. They upped it. It used to be $44.99, but they upped it to $59.99. The only reason I'm saying it that way because I buy it through Amazon instead of going in person to Target or GameStop or Best Buy and buying Xbox Game Pass that way. So I pay $60 every 3 months for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and I have more games over the 110 games I own for Xbox. So you get to go ahead and do that, and you could also still, I don't know why they still have it, but the Project X Cloud is still in beta. Like how long and how many years it's been out, and they still claiming Project X Cloud is in beta. It still makes no sense to me why they say it's in beta. But you have games that support Project X Cloud. So you could buy the game once and you can play it anywhere, like I said. If you have it on Xbox Live Download, you could play it on the PC version probably, or if you bought it on Windows 11 on PC, you could play it that way. If you have like Samsung TV, I guess, or LG TV that supports the Game Hub setting, that you could, play Project X Cloud games that way through your TV. You could probably own it that way. If you have like another version of another PC or portable system that plays games with Xbox, you could support it that way. It will still support it. Download selected PC games to play on the go. When you own a game that is an Xbox Project X Cloud game, it's yours to play. Access PC, Xbox, console, supporting portable game systems at no cost. So like I said, you don't have to pay extra for extra copies of the game if you already own it. So you don't have to pay extra later on down the line in the future. And it has remote play, of course, because it supports the Xbox app. So it should be able to do that. So you have now, we're going to get soon down to the other factors of it. I want to talk about the chip. The chip is an AMD Ryzen AI chip, Z2. But the one that's in the ROG Ally X, that is the AI Z2 Extreme chip in this one, and it's like a high-powered computer chip from AMD with Microsoft to make this for the ROG Ally X. So the black one here has the new chip in it. The white one, which we're gonna go over, that's this one here, the ROG Ally. This one's the same thing, but it only has the Z2A processor chip in it. So the white one is different than the black one. So the black one has a more powerful chip than the white one. That's the thing I hate. Like I said, I wish that they made the black one also in white and black, and I wish they made the white one in black and white at the same time. So before versions of the same system, it's two systems, just two different colors. That's the only thing. You could choose which color. But I wish that it wasn't like restricted lock based on black and white, the color. But that's that. It has the regular Xbox trigger buttons and the ABXY buttons, just like a regular Xbox controller you would see. It has the Xbox button, like a what do you call it, the Xbox home button that brings up the game bar, just like the PC version, but like a smaller adapted version for the RG Ally. The display is a bit bigger. Experience it in 120 hertz FPS, the 1080p with Gorilla Glass Victus. I never heard of that before. So probably has like a tough touchscreen glass, like an iPhone screen. Probably that's touchscreen, because it is touchscreen. So not everything on the touchscreen will be useful because you don't want to break the glass. So, but it's gonna have a lot of fingerprints. So if I recommend you guys, if you're gonna buy the RG Ally, you would try to like dig deeper after it comes out for a screen protector, or like a privacy screen protector probably, or whatever for it, because I have like a glass privacy screen protector on my iPhone, so it protects my iPhone screen like no other. And it's glass, it's not like the plastic screen protector, the flimsy one. So I recommend get like a glass one instead of the flimsy paper screen protector to protect it from fingerprints and everything like that. Because in the leaked pic, the screen protector or the screen had a lot of fingerprints on it. So you can clearly tell that you can get fingerprints super easy on this. The battery, it lasts a bit longer than the white one, but we're gonna go over that down below in the specs section of the RG Ally. And now we're here at the specs. So like I said, you have the RG Ally X, that's the black one, and you have the RG Ally, the regular one, that's the white one. They're both supporting Windows 11, so that's not a problem. And I also went over the specs on Twitter, so my link to my Twitter is down below in the description box down below, so you guys can go check it out on Twitter. But I'm also going to cover here in the vid the comfort and the input. Basically the controls is different, but the thing is though, this has inspired grips based on the Xbox controller, and it has all-day comfort, complete with impulse triggers for enhanced control. The same thing is for here, but it doesn't have those impulse triggers for enhanced control gaming. So it's like the adaptive triggers probably on the PS5, the DualSense 5 controller, but it just dumbs it down differently compared to the regular version. So the regular version doesn't have the same thing with the couture, like, you know, special feeling grips for like the L1, R1, the left bumper, right bumper triggers, the X and ABY buttons, you know what I mean? So it won't really feel like you're really touching the same thing. It's like a different kind of feel. The processor, like I said, is the AMD Ryzen chip, but this one, the black one, has the AI Z2 Extreme processor chip. The regular one has the ZA processor chip. So the computing chip for it is different than the average one. So I don't know how a RG Ally works because I never had a portable game PC system before, like the Asus or the Steam Deck one. And that's like around $400-$500 for that, and I never had one back then growing up, so I don't know how portable PC gaming is. So this is a whole nother atmosphere I'm getting into. The memory, the gigabyte for the RAM space, the black one has 24 gigabyte DDR RAM for it. So the LPD RAM, this supports better frame rate because it would now process games at a higher pace for memory, but the white one has 16 gigabyte. So you could imagine playing Cyberpunk on both of them, but imagining having a better processor processing the games on the RG Ally X instead of the white one at a better cost. So it would be more, but it would be a little smoother because you're processing the game on a better note because you have 24 gigabytes of RAM space to run the games, not instead of having 16 gigabyte that's going to have only 6,400. And then the gigabyte space for the storage, you have the black one. I can't believe that they didn't do this, but they chose to do it like the Xbox Series X and S. The Xbox Series X has 1 terabyte, just like that. So the 1 terabyte version for the RG Ally X is basically 1 terabyte, and then you have the 512 gigabyte for the white one, for the regular one. So you could clearly tell what the space is going to be for what price based on that. So you know the Xbox Series S is like what, $300 something, and that's basically around that gigabyte space of 512. And then the Xbox Series X, is $599.99. It's now the same price as probably that for the RG Ally X, maybe. So when they announce the prices for them, you best believe it's gonna follow suit with the Xbox Series X and the S. The display, like I said, we went over it a little bit. It's the 7-inch FHD 1080p screen. It's gonna have 500 nits for IPS. The hertz is 120 hertz refresh rate, and it's gonna have FreeSync Premium, of course. And then, like I said, I already went over the Gorilla Glass Victus, so it's gonna have like a special like tough glass, so it won't break as easy. And that's on both systems, so you don't have to worry about the glass display changing, like, oh, which one is bigger, which one's smaller, which one's brighter, which one's dimmer, kind of thing. The IO ports is basically different. It just, I guess you have Type C, USB 4, and then you have USB 3.2 second generation on the regular version. So I'm not too sure about the ports and like the SSD support in some way. I'm just trying to figure out the difference between them. The only thing I think is that the power delivery is 3.0 Thunderbolt 4 compatible. So this one has the power 3.3 delivery 3.0 power computing without Thunderbolt. So I guess it doesn't have faster charging. So I guess the white one doesn't have the fast charging like the RG Ally X. That's just my guessing what that means. So that's the only thing I could think of, that it won't be compatible with having Thunderbolt, like faster lightning charging. The internet connection and the Bluetooth connection will still be the same. It'll be I guess 6E, and the Bluetooth range will probably be like 5.4 for like the version of Bluetooth that it will have built in. The dimensions, they're both different, but the only thing is though the RG Ally X weighs a little bit more than the RG Ally. The regular version has 670 grams, so it's not as heavy as the black one, because the black one's a little bit more, just 100 grams more, I feel like. The battery life for the RG Ally X has at least about 80 watts, so you get at least probably about 4 to 5 hours of game time out of it. If you really stretch your game time with it, you probably have like at least 2 to 3 hours game time max with the RG Ally, the white one. The regular version might have less power. It's only 20% less power. The battery is 2 different batteries, but the thing is though, the batteries are the same. It looks like, because it's the same 65 watt charger with the stand. You could put it on the stand at home and connect it to your TV and play it the same way in a simple format, so it won't have to worry about, it's kind of like the Switch is what I'm trying to say, because I never had a Nintendo Switch before, but I'm guessing the battery life will last longer, and it will be having you will have a better experience if you have it docked at home connected to the TV. So that's how that would be. So that's kind of all with the RG Ally for the specs and everything. So like I said, if you want to read them and go over them on my Twitter, I put the link down in the description box down below. Same thing with this link here. But it's really going to be cool and fun to have the RG Ally, really be a part of the gaming family for Xbox, and to really play now the PC games in another factor for the end, for all the extra stuff I have planned, because now you have 2 different versions, but you also have the RG Ally that now supports the extended arm of family for Xbox games, and it will be a lot of fun to play this. And trust me, I have a lot of ideas. So you have so many of the options for it, and it's going to be really cool to see how it all turns out. So the next thing we'll be talking about soon will be the next set of games, and that will be now here in the trailer. I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk over the rest of the other stuff, and that should be it. I don't want to do anything wrong because it might end up being a problem, so hopefully that I could do a smooth transition with no problem. So hopefully I could go ahead and now cut this and play the vids separate. But yeah, let's see you in a few seconds. For me, it's gonna be a bit longer, but for you, it's gonna be a split second. So let me go ahead and stop this now. The next thing I will say is the rest of the other games are really exciting because now these games are so much different, and I'm gonna have to probably put the computer on mute so I could go ahead and do this because I don't want to stop recording in a bad way. So I have to figure out how am I gonna do this. Let me open this folder if it would let me. Wuchang Fallen Feathers. It's really exciting that I can't believe that Microsoft finally went ahead and did it. This is one game that's really exciting for me to cover. The game is going to be a bit different, but I hope that all the little things that I do talk about for the future content of the channel will be, simple. One thing that I want to say is that Wuchang Fallen Feathers is one of the flagship games that's going to be part of a special journey for my life. I've been playing games since I can remember when I was young, and I've been playing a lot over the years. But to really cap on what I'm trying to say for that statement is that games been there for me for years with music, and it was a side thing that really was important to me. I really wanted, to have my own voice or my own, role in things that I cared about. And to play games that I never had a chance or knew about and able to share my experiences part of the gaming journey and fun about it. But one thing I want to say is that Wuchang Fallen Feathers is one of the critical games that's going to be part of the end of a major change for everything. And in the end, I wanted to make a real big statement, and I want you guys to understand that this is something that I always loved. But at times, I guess people say you gotta let something go that you love, So, one thing I will say that Wuchang Fallen Feathers is one of the flagship games for the end for me. And the next thing that's part of it is gonna be also as well I'm trying to say this as I'm doing this at the same time. I would say, I guess, the game Pragmata, because this is another game that I've been waiting for, and I've been following this game for 4 years straight. And to really sit here and talk about this game was also in the list of top tier games that I've been wanting to play for years. And for Capcom to finally announce the release date for it is really going to throw a lot of things into a whole different POV factor. And I always wanted a lot of things that I really, loved turn into reality, and this is one of the things that's been turned into reality. And I've been following this game for 4 years. For me to really, put my heart into it, I'm gonna give it my all and mark this also as another flagship game, because this game really is a stretch in the right direction. Same thing like Cyberpunk with CD Projekt Red. They put a lot of work and effort into building a game like that. And to change the world with Cyberpunk, it's an unbelievable thing. To really have that same heartfelt feeling from Capcom with Pragmata, it's really the same thing, and I don't want to let that feeling go by me and not able to emphasize or speak on it just like everybody else. I want to have my own moment that, I could look back at and remember. And I remember, like I said, growing up, playing games was always there for me, and I was going over a concept story in my head about what happened a few years ago, and I talked about this story before, but I never really said it in another context that was really deep and meaningful. And back when I was 16 years old, my mom wanted to do something special for my 16th birthday, and she wanted to buy me a special present. She didn't know, she was trying to keep it a secret from me, but at that time I ended up finding out by accident. She was giving me little hints, but I kind of guessed it right. And it was basically her getting me my first game system that was better than the PS2, and it was the Xbox 360. And ever since that day, I knew that my life was going to change with having an Xbox 360. I never thought years later I would be able to see something like Pragmata or the RG Ally X and the regular RG Ally come to light and ever be a game system, and to really support and really, solidify the end of what I mean, that I'm gonna be ending my gaming journey in a major way. And I really want the games that I played growing up over the years would be basically, I want the games that I care about close to my heart be a big reflection of that. And I want the ending to be a moment where I could say that I had my happiest moment, and it was with something I loved, and that was through the games that I played over the years that would turn into reality. Because it's kind of like, if you think of something where you dream in a dream and you want to know how you want to feel yourself in that position in the near future with that dream, you want to know how it would become a reality one day. And to see that I put all this hard work and effort into building something that I love and cared about, I can now finally do that. And I have the 3 games with the RG Ally to really put that into a physical term, to tell you guys how my dream really felt when I dreamed about it. Like, I could tell you all my music dreams with no problem from start to finish, and it would be like literally like a 1-hour dream conversation I would tell you. And that's basically what it means. So for everything that I really, put into that aspect for those feelings, I try not to let them take over too much, because you have to think with a mind, not with your heart. But if you think for a second the opposite way and think with your heart instead of your mind, you would know where it would lead you, because you took the right steps, and you knew that when the time comes, you'll be able to be like, okay, I could look back and be happy this way, but I could also say that I'm now ready to say goodbye to something that you loved so dearly. And that's what I'm doing with this. And to also put into another aspect, you also have now RE9 Requiem got announced. It's coming out in February 27, 2026. And I'm super excited for that. That's also another game I'm going to be marking as a flagship game, because I never think I would ever be able to play a game like RE Requiem, RE9, and see it come to light. And like I said, with Pragmata and a game like Wuchang Fallen Feathers, they're unbelievable games. And I really want to have the final moments and have like a good thrill ending with a good creature game, a good concept space story game, and a good formatted Chinese samurai, game like Shiriko Shaddai Twice in that aspect, to really, end it all with rounding up the lifespan of my gaming journey with Cyberpunk. So that's one thing I'm really excited for, and hope that you guys would know that in the end, I will be doing the gameplay walkthrough for all 3 games. The other games I do have planned for the channel, I want to live stream them. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys with the details of what's going to be happening on the channel, because that's going to be in a separate vid from this. But I have like I said, the 3 flagship games plus all the bonus stuff I want to live stream on the channel, which are going to be the other side games. But to do a full gameplay walkthrough of RE9 Requiem, Pragmata, and Wuchang Fallen Feathers, all 3 games will be done on the channel in that same aspect. So don't worry, we will cover them, and all the other games we will have the right time to break down and kind of understand the other games. And you can clearly see the release date for RE9, but I do have that plan. So hopefully that would be something else I could go ahead and talk about. And the other thing is that there's some games that did get announced that I wasn't planning on, and a few of the games that did get announced were games that I was not expecting, because they did turn a lot of heads. And I didn't get to watch the whole Summer Game Fest because I'm still going over it, but I watched the whole Xbox Showcase event from start to finish. I just didn't watch the Outer Worlds 2 and the Grounded 2 announcement director live stream at the end of the Xbox Showcase event. That was something completely different I didn't really care for, but I know that in the end I will be showcasing a bunch of other stuff that I did plan on covering, and I didn't really want to cover so many games. That's why I cut the game list down very short, and the games that are going to be showcased here in the Xbox Vids showcase cover event, it really it's just me covering games that are from my POV that I like and I've been waiting for, or games that pique my interest. So really don't take it with a grain of salt from me. Just take it with how you perceive and look at the games that got announced. Half of these games are coming out next year in 2026, so we have a long way to go. I'm just letting you guys know what's going to be happening in the near future. So when 2026 comes around and I get ready to do the other two gameplay walkthroughs, that's Pragmata and RE9 Requiem, I will be going over the last few games, and then maybe I could make the final two heartfelt announcement vids about me ending my game journey. And this is the first time I'm actually making it part public, so you kind of heard it from me here first. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's really hard for me to say this because I want to grow up the other way. I'm a bit grown now. I've been playing games for years, not in a bad way. I'm not saying I'm going to quit playing games. I'm just going to cut my game time and other stuff down in a major way because I've turned this into a small brand/business, and I put a lot of effort in work into editing all these vids for you guys, and to really showcase my good hard work being showcased through the games I love. It's something I care about, but I really want to focus back on my music. I want to focus on the other part of my personal life, and I really want to focus on the other part of my music that does support my real life aspect of a lot of things. And hopefully that in the end I can look back and say that I had a good point in my life where, like, my early and mid 20s, that I was able to do something that was really special, and I was able to go ahead and actually play a game that was really cool during my game life. So I have a lot of other interests and other things. I've been really interested in the stock market. I want to probably get into finance, maybe on another aspect when I'm in my 40s. And I have a lot of things extra planned outside of that too. So really, like I said, it's just parts of my life. It's been so fun, especially with the gaming and games all that I ever had growing up. And to now put one thing I had growing up to let it go, it's kind of sad, but it's also fun because now I don't have to have the extra weight on my shoulders of being something else in the world, because I left behind something really cool, and that's with gaming. And I left my own footprint, my own voice in gaming, and it's really fun that I'm able to do this. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's thundering and lightning right now. It's June 10th. It's the day after the Apple keynote live stream, which I'm also going to be covering on Twitter. I'm not going to make a full Apple vid of the WWDC 2025 live stream, but I am going to be covering it on my Twitter in a 3 to 2 minute vid clip, so it's not going to be too long. But yeah, so all in all, it's a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for the ROG Ally X and the regular ROG Ally to come out. Like I said, it better not be $700, like $699.99 for a portable PC game system to play my Xbox games. But that's going to be the final game system I'm going to buy. So that's also another thing too, by the way. So the last game system will be the ROG Ally X, and that will basically be the ending of my gaming journey, because I want that to be the final game system I buy. Because I have all the next gen systems, and I'm really grateful and blessed that I'm able to have all 4 next gen game systems, and I'm able to play the best dope heartfelt games that ever got designed by certain game developers and studios. They work hard day in and day out in the studio with Adobe Acrobat, Illustrator, and using Unreal Engine 5, and designing all these games with the animations, and working with the concept artists, developers, to do the screening and the concept drawing script part of the game, because they have to get the writers to write the game's concept story and the characters and give them meaning for who they are. I really appreciate all the developers' hard work and putting these games into an aspect that everybody can look at and feel like that was a dope game. I like the concept story. I like the characters. I connected with the main character. I connected with the villain that got defeated in the main game. You know what I mean? So it really puts a lot of aspect or POV emphasis on what, good concept storytelling and a good cinematic aspect for action or like horror or whatever you want to call it into a good POV perspective. So to really show that support, I really do appreciate and I love the developers for putting their hard work into everything. But again, I want to say thank you to all the developers and thank them for making their visions of growing up uh, playing games into reality for other people to have their moments. Even though I didn't get to break into the esport gaming world like I wanted to, and I know I didn't get to break into the the gaming world the other way and have my own insight to the gaming world. I'm really grateful and blessed that I'm able to go ahead and have my footing in some aspect. But I really do appreciate everything that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond and everybody over at Microsoft and everybody at Xbox for working hard and doing what they love. And hopefully one day I can do the same thing with my music or with something I care about outside of gaming, that people feel inspired and they can look up to me. That's all I ever wanted. Even if I just change one person's life, save one person's life from my music, that's all that matters to me now. I don't look for the other big aspect of going around the world touring and doing other stuff. That's just not me, and I just really want to be happy and just make one person feel happy and smile. So yeah, it's your boy Mr. XP. Thank y'all for watching this Xbox Showcase event cover vid on the channel. It's going to be really exciting to edit this because now I get to edit this in a different way, and I really hope that you guys really love it. And yeah, it's your boy Mr. XP. Thank y'all for watching the Xbox Showcase event. I'll see you guys in the Apple livestream keynote vid on my Twitter, and I'll also go ahead and work on the rest of the gameplay walkthroughs of Cyrus 3, the Alien game. I'm gonna soon start Code Vein. Yes, you heard me right. I might start Code Vein gameplay walkthrough, but I'll probably showcase like about 7 parts or something. I won't do the full gameplay walkthrough because I don't know how long the game is. But besides that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my thing. The 2 new songs, Let's Go and Red Light, is going to be out soon on the main channel, so don't worry, those 2 songs are going to be released. And the next few beats on the Beat channel, with also episodes 7 and 8 of the podcast, Open Sounds with Hollywood Ghosts, will be coming soon, so stay tuned. And yeah, it's your boy Mr. XP. I see you guys in the next one.